Blast.
Well, if there's anything I hate, it's a cowardly ghost.
Light the candle.
Captain Gregg? Were you murdered by a jealous husband?
No, I kicked the blasted gas heater on with my blasted foot.
Well, then you should have put that in your will.
I didn't leave a will.
Why not?
Because I didn't mean to kick the blasted heater with my blasted foot.
Well, it's not my fault that you kicked the blasted heater with your blasted foot.
Blast is not a lady's word.
Blast! Blast! Blast!
Blast.
If he snores, I'll slit his blasted throat.
Oh, be quiet.
This is probably the tank. Blasted ballast tank.
And I'd rather not be taking gold doubloons either. The last time I got some very strange looks at the bank.
You get your feet blasted. Stand over there.
Oh, blast.
Really, madam, your language.
Now I'll have to use the money for the repairs that your stingy nephew won't make.
For him, you can use blasted.
Thank you.
Well, now take this window seat, for example. That adds a very authentic touch.
Blast. Why at night?
Well, he says you're more active at night.
What does the fellow think I am? A blasted owl?
Now, don't go losing your temper again.
I was perfectly cool. I merely threw the blasted teapot at the blasted statue of that blasted fool.
Therefore, I don't give a flying jib what you think of a ratio fig.
Blasted old woman, put down that piece of cheap sensationalism and listen to me. You're a female. Pandora was a female. Eve was a female. Historically speaking, your sex has shown altogether too much blasted curiosity.
Well, that was a good touch, that quotation about the coward and the brave man.
Yes, I thought so. Oscar Wilde, wasn't it?
Yes. It was a line from a poem he wrote about 30 years after you died.
Blast. Have a nice swim. Blast. I'd as soon confine that blasted ninny to the brig for the rest of his days. Well, must you take the little ones with you?
Why not?
Well, I don't blast it all, madam. I've grown sort of used to their running around. You know, you have a lovely smile, Mrs. Muir.
Thank you. And you have a lovely house for a sailor.
Seaman, blast it. Sailor is a landlubber's word.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a ship anymore.
Well, it isn't supposed to. It's a house.
It sure is. Blast.
Jonathan. Well, if you won't accept my professional judgment as a writer, we might as well call the whole thing off.
Now, what about my professional judgment as a sea captain, madam? Blasted woman. I was there. Blast. Claymore, that blasted pipsqueak. Well, I'll drop him overboard for you.
Oh, you do no such thing.
Well, if you want to.
You're not there. You're not there.
Oh, blast. Good night, lad.
Blast.
When is that blasted wharf rat shoving off? Then turn that blasted thing off.
Much better what?
Blast.
Yes, I think he is.
Yes, and why not? Living here like a blasted oriental potentate. A leech. Oh, blast. Let the miserable barnacle stay. Let's have a look at you. Oh, blast.
Or is it Claymore?
That blasted barnacle! You wouldn't dare. I'll level that blasted store.
You can't do that. No, but the tourists will. The advertising and the promotion will bring them in just the same.
Oh, blast.
Well, everything you teach him is educational, but he still has to do his homework.
Well, this is much more important than his blasted homework.
And while I'm on the subject, Captain, his teacher has informed me that his language is getting a little too salty for the schoolroom.
Very well. Blast.
You really want it, eh?
Well, of course we want it blasted.
Well, I'll have to think. But it ain't cheap.
In the first place, you are not my legal heir, because I didn't leave a will, and consequently didn't leave an heir. But if I had left a will and you were my heir, I wouldn't have left a blasted scrimshaw to you.
You better be nice to me or you won't get that loan.
But, Captain, you just said that a person has an obligation to make the most of their talents.
Yes, blast it, but this is different. Quite a relief not to have a woman bustling around, not to hear her voice. A soft, melodious voice. Blast.
But I feel so responsible for what you've done, I'm staying on to help him out of this mess.
Blast. It was an accident. There was a gale blowing at the time. The windows were closed.
And you kicked the blasted heater in your blasted sleep.
Yes.
Here's Mrs. Muir's medicine.
But she's only got the virus X, not the bubonic plague.
Blast.
I feel very close to it.
Claymore, you know I don't believe in any of this, but if it makes you happy...
Well, it doesn't make me happy, blast it.
Here's a feature I wrote in the local paper. I think you'll be interested in this lead paragraph.
Blast. No, it can't be.
Captain, if you're trying to scare me...
Yes. There she is. The sea vulture. Blast that cursed ship.
Oh? Well, may I suggest that you practice on the teapot first, Samson?
Blast! Just one thunderbolt. Just one roaring, screeching bolt that would send them running for their lives. That's all I ask. Blast you, Dutchman. Blast!
Captain, would you mind not blasting in my room when I'm trying to work?
Blast!
I asked you not to do that.
Tell that herring-gutted swab I never met his blasted grandmother.
That's all right, Elroy. Just think of me as den mother of the Ghost Patch.
100 years of peace and tranquility down the bilge. Blast.
Here again.
Captain Gregg, you're still here.
Blast that four-legged shag rug. Goodbye, madam. Blast. Madam, I am going to dispose of this blasted behemoth once and for all.
Captain, you can't take the law into your own hands. Now put it down.
No, but I think you may be shipping out.
Blast.
My sentiments exactly. I had something. That blasted Claymore is always rifling my possessions.
You look 175, and I want my lunch.
Suffering whales. Eat your blasted head off.
Now, just a moment. That is not my lunch.
Oh, I do, Captain.
I do, Carolyn. There may be hope for him yet.
Well, I'm sure I have you to thank for these pearls.
If I were alive, madam, there'd be diamonds and emeralds and palaces.
Captain, if you were alive, Gull Cottage would be a palace.